Hi, it's DrayYoutube584, and in this video, I'll be discussing a game that I came up with me as the protagonist, Super Dray Brothers. It's like Mario, but with me as the player. This game released on October 22nd, 2022 for the Nintendo Switch, PS5, and Xbox One. The game was developed by the creators of Nintendo games. In this game, my evil clone Dray tries to take control of the world, and I'm the only one who can stop him. Like Mario, I go through different themed worlds. In this game, there are 8 different worlds plus 2 bonus worlds, and each world has 8 levels. Every world has a boss at the end of level 4 and level 8, with Dray being the final boss. The other bosses are evil clones of friends I've had throughout my life. After fighting each boss, you see the real friend in the game and they say a message. And then you fight Dray at the end of World 8. The enemies in the game, like the Goombas and Koopas in Mario, are evil clones of dogs and cats that have been in my family. As for the multiplayer, there are my clones Frey, Bray, and Ray that you can play as. The game switches from 2D to 3D throughout the game. The power-ups are all different from the ones in Mario. You collect different shapes in all different colors. Here are what they are and what they do. In addition to these power-ups, we also have mini cyan diamonds, which are just like Mario's coins. When you collect 100 diamonds or 1 big diamond, that adds up to an extra life. Unlike Mario, they're not all collected by hitting blocks in this game. There are question mark blocks that you walk through in Super Dray Brothers. Now for the rest of this video, I'll talk about what each world is like, and throughout, you'll get to know more of the game's mechanics. World 1. The first world has the theme of a hometown. The first level has a walk around the block and acts like a tutorial level. Throughout this world, you go through the area and go into a few places. You can see my family members in some of the levels, and you can ride my dog Brody like you would with Yoshi. The 2 bosses in this world are evil clones of online friends that I have. The rest of the bosses in the game and the other worlds are evil clones of my real life friends. The first boss in the game is pretty cool. The 4th level takes place in a mall, and the boss has an elevator where you're supposed to crush the evil clone of my online friend Liam, whose name is Diam. Overall, it was a nice way to start off the game's experience. World 2. Like usual in Mario, the second world is desert themed. The background of the desert levels in this game look nice, and you can see the vastness of the desert in the background. You can even ride on a camel in some of the levels. At the end of the world, you end up in the Wild West. As for the 2 bosses, you fight Pikel and Parissa in this world, the evil clones of Michael and Marissa, which are 2 kids who are brother and sister with each other that I used to hang out with. World 3. This is the frozen tundra themed world. I appreciate the visual themes in this world, and it feels like a frozen wonderland. My favorite level is the one where you're inside an igloo, because it has beautiful scenery. You also got a blizzard level, a level where you're in Santa's workshop, and finally a snowboarding level. In some of the levels, you even see polar bears and penguins. At the end of the world, I do a boss fight with Derek's evil clone Herrick. And you've seen him in some of my videos before. In that boss fight, he makes giant snowballs to throw at you, and you have to pelt 3 of them at him. World 4. This next world is a jungle themed world. Throughout the world, you see creatures like monkeys and lions. It adds a nice soundtrack that makes it feel like a tropical adventure. There's a level with a rainstorm, and one of the levels even takes place in a jungle lodge. The boss at the end of the world is creative. You fight the evil clone of a friend I had named Sean, whose name is Mean, as it's an I rhyme of Sean, the way he spells it. He sends untamed animals to attack you, and you have to trick them to run back and attack Mean and defeat him. World 5. World 5 is the beach-themed world. I like the soundtrack here. Both the map and the levels have a reggae soundtrack, which makes you feel like you're at the beach. In fact, going through this world feels like a beach experience. You've got a level where I'm at the boardwalk and water park, a level where I'm surfing in the ocean, and a level where I'm underwater. The names of the bosses in this world are Vera and Bemily, who are the evil clones of my friends named Sarah and Emily. World 6. Unlike most of these worlds, this theme doesn't typically occur in Mario games. It's a city-themed world in this game. The world opens up with a level where you walk through the city at night, and it looks fascinating. You go into different places in other levels. For example, you're in a casino at one point. In another level, you're on a set at a theater and it keeps changing. In general, I like the diversity in this world, and it is a nice change from any of the traditional worlds in the Mario game. World 7. Now we're going up into the clouds for World 7, because this is the sky-themed world. You see some weather changes in some of the levels, and we've got a level called Cloud Palace, which is a very nice looking level. The final level has you on an airplane navigating through the layers of the Earth's atmosphere. One feature that this game has after you beat the game is a clock that shows how fast you beat the level when you complete them. The levels in this world are fun to try beating as fast as you can. World 8. The last main world, like in a typical Mario game, is volcano themed. This world has a bit of a spooky element while you're in the volcano that makes it really feel like the end. There's even a level in the middle of the world where you go through a haunted mansion, and there's a level where the lava is blue. The final level is called Cray's Domain. This is the one actual castle level in the game. The level is long and aesthetic with the visuals. Then you get to the final boss with Cray. It starts off with a relatively simple and easy boss fight, but then you get to the true final boss after defeating him the first time. Cray comes back as a giant. He keeps jumping up in the air, and whenever he crouches, you have to get his sharp shoulder blade and hit him with it 3 times. After that, he keeps jumping and making lava fall from the sky, and you guide him to fall into the lava pool 3 times. Finally, I'm in the air with Cray on a black bullet machine, and I have to hit Cray 3 times while dodging all his bullets. Then he falls to his death, and he's defeated for real this time. Did I mention the final boss theme song is awesome? It has a rising organ to start it off, and then an instrumental hard rock track. Once you defeat Cray, the credits roll, and then you get sent back to the title screen. But hold on, the game's not entirely completed yet. World 9. Once you beat the final boss in World 8, you unlock World 9, which is the Star World. All the levels have 2 hidden pink coins, which are the only actual coins in the game. Levels in the world are all unlocked by getting all the coins in the first 8 worlds, with each level unlocked by the corresponding world number. What do the levels look like? Every level is themed of a different color. In order, it goes red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, purple, and pink. The world map is a rainbow star, and each level is placed on the color the level corresponds with. It's a cool concept, and every level is creative. And by the way, there are no bosses anymore. Cray was truly the last boss. Finally, there's World 10, the Space World. This world is unlocked by getting all the pink coins in World 9. Unlike the previous world, you go through all the levels in order like in all the other worlds. On the world map, you travel through a rocket ship. The first level takes place on the moon, and then you go through different planets and parts of the Milky Way galaxy. After World 10-7, it'll just stop, and it'll appear like there's no 8th level this time. Unless you have collected all the hidden coins, beat every level with an excellent rank time, and found every secret in the whole game. Once you've done that, you unlock the final level in this world, and the final level of the game, which is called Death Planet. It's a good thing they give you plenty of time to prepare for that level, because like the newer Mario games often do, they saved a painfully hard level for the very last one. In this level, you're on a planet with a gray surface and a dark atmosphere while going through a long level of a bunch of crazy obstacles with no checkpoints, which means that if you die at any point, No matter how close you are to the end, you go all the way back to the beginning. Be careful you don't smash your controller while you're playing, because you'll never experience the victory of beating it and feeling like a champion. Overall, I think my game is a great game. It feels like a full-on adventure while still having a good bit of difficulty, while every world and level theme has a perfectly fitting soundtrack. It would be cool if it was a real game. End of salute.